Hey, it's Trainer Jay, and today... Hey, it's Trainer Jay, and today I gotta talk with you guys about all these tournament winning decks, right? So, check this out. We're on Pokemon Zone, right? They always give you all kind of new information and stuff like that. So I wanted to check out some of these decks, right? This is going to be very, very informative for you guys. Tournament reports, Pokemon TCG Pocket Week 20. 3 weeks into Triumphant Light, and the deities are facing more resistance. Counter strategies are thriving, and aggro decks have made unexpected breakthroughs. Here are the highlights. Now, this says that 28% ran Dialga EX, 16% ran Lucario, 16% ran Palkia, right? Trying to counter the meta with the Lucario, you know, Arceus. And then 7% ran Arceus EX, 4% ran Gallade, 3% ran Darkrai, 3% Articuno, 3% Executor, 3% Gyarados, 18% Other. Now, we're going to look at a couple of these decks. We'll start off with the one that apparently won, I believe. Right here it says, Dialga Arceus was the most represented deck in the top cut. It cut its controversial rate decline compared to the previous week. Placing 4 Lucario Rampardos was the biggest beneficiary, placing 4 decks into the top cut. But the tournament's winner was an unexpected contender, Gyarados EX, by Himokyu, who went undefeated with a 14-0 record to claim his victory. Now, this is the deck here. We saw this guy in 2 different decks, which, you know, I don't know, man. I guess he's doing really good. Honestly, he's a good Pokemon. He won tournament last time. He wins tournament this time. He wins them all the time. 3 energy, flip a coin. If heads, attack to 60 more. So you can do 60, you could do 120. He's the non-EX version, right? This is the origin form, and it only gives them 1 point, right? So, 2 retreat cost. It is a good card. And then, you know, obviously you guys know Manaphy is going to give you the free energies to power them bad boys up. And 2 Magikarp, 2 Gyarados. 1 Communication, 1 Giovanni. This seems like a fairly simple deck. And, you know, Manaphy is going to throw energies on your Gyarados and your Palkia. And that's that. You just come in swinging. Boost of Accelerate Energization for the bench. As a result, he decided to drop the less consistent Misty entirely. See, I agree with that. Now, Misty is very good. It beats me all the time. But running Misty is also a little bit of a risk, right? So, yeah, he demolished 11 Dialga Arceus decks, including 1 in the finals to claim victory. All right, now next up in the line, which I'm going to make a video on probably later tonight. I love this deck. I haven't got to try it yet, but when I seen it, I thought, wow, because I love Magnezone, I love Darkrai. They're calling this the Dark Zone deck, right? Dark Zone. And you're going to have, it's going to basically be the same as the Darkrai Magnezone deck that was kicking a couple months ago, but now you got a Snorlax in there with Barry. So it's super cool. Okay, it says here, in unexpected top 8 was Dark Zone, a deck that once dominated Space-Time Smackdown format. While still viable, it struggles against big basic strategies in recent metagames. But it was updated with the list of Triumphant Light techs, replacing the Druddigon with a tank core with an even bigger tank, Snorlax, and support from Barry, right? So this Snorlax here is actually fairly simple, right? 4 energies for 100. He's got a lot of HP. And when you use Barry, it's actually going to make it to where you only need 2 energy. And you attack, this Pokemon is now asleep, right? And like I said, that's going to go in with your Barry, which you run 2 of these berries. And Barry is, during this turn, attacks used by your Snorlax, Heracross, and Straptor cost 2 less energy. So you're going to be able to hit it for 100 for only 2 energy. On top of that, he's got all that HP to keep you guys, you know, nice and safe. Now, this deck, you know, it's got 2 Magnezones, 2 Magnetons. You already know what that Magneton does. It's going to generate your electric energies, and you're going to be able to just evolve it and then attack with your Magnezone. You're playing all dark energy, so it's really cool. You know, your Darkrai is going to be hitting for 20, hitting for 20. You're going to be able to Cyrus them back on the board. This deck seems just super fun. I'm glad to see that it did good, and I cannot wait to make a video on it for you guys. This is another deck that's been popping up. This is another tournament that was played Ursa Days, and looks fairly similar, but you know, just showcasing a couple more decks. We got this one here, which is the Weavile Darkrai deck, but you're only running 6 mons. Sneasel, Weavile, and Darkrai, 2 of each. And, you know, essentially it's doing really good. It's doing really good. This would lose a lot to Druddigon, it says, but now it's really doing good. And it says, the Darkrai EX Weavile combo consistently delivers 90 damage per turn as early as turn 4, enough to 2-shot Dialga or Arceus even with a Giant Cape and Shaman support. So that's pretty crazy. It also instantly knocks out most basic fighting Pokemon. So that's exciting. This is another aggressive strategy. So this deck right here kind of blows my mind that it's doing good, but I'd love to see this in play. You got 2 Carnivines, and then a Rotom, the one that goes with Arceus, and then the Electric Rotom, which says that if your opponent has tools, it does 50 damage, 30 extra damage, right? Which is a colorless, and the other Rotom's colorless. So I would say here, you're just running Grass Energy. You got Arceus, Shaman, the 2 Rotoms, and 2 Carnivines. So you're basically just going to be wanting to swing for the 50 from the Carnivine, swing for the 50 from the Rotom if they have something, you know, there. Shaman's going to make all 3 of them bad boys just to where they can just move around for free. So that looks pretty cool. Yeah, you can hit the bench. You can hit their Pokemon that has the tool. This is another aggressive strategy, this time revolving around basic Pokemon, Carnivine, which deals 50 damage starting on turn 2 if an Arceus is in play. On the draw, translate to a 3-turn KO against Palkia or Dialga. It also preys on fighting types weak to grass. Shaman reduces the retreat cross and also open up strong Dawn plays, right? So he's got Dawn in there. So when you swap your Rotom, you switch them up, and then you can boom, road it right. You can Dawn the energy right up to who you need it for, Arceus or whoever. Surprising yet powerful addition. Rotom, with the rise of tools and Manaphy's return, it's the 3rd 50 damage attacker in the deck. Pretty much ensures the biggest early game damage output given the current population of tools in the game. Yeah, that's great, guys. I lost to twice in my last 3 games. I lost twice because they had that dang Manaphy on the board, and I couldn't get anything to take it down because all my Pokemon needed a lot of energy. So I was trying to get him, couldn't get him to go down. So honestly, that might be the strat now, to play a bunch of Pokemon that are like 1 for 50, 1 for 50, so you could just boom, take down that Manaphy. Yeah, that's exciting. I like that deck too. It's very weird, you know. There's a very weird deck, unique deck. I like unique decks. If you guys enjoy these looks at these tournaments and unique decks, there's a quick glance. Sorry. Consider subscribing to Trainer J. With that being said, here's another deck: Hitmonlee, Sudowoodo, and then your 2 Gallade lines with a Marshadow. That doesn't seem, you know, too special. But there is a Lucario Rampardos deck that had a lot of success, guys. We'll cover this one here because this is the very last one we're going to cover, and apparently this deck right here is amazing. It had a lot of people that came in the top like 18 or whatever it is with this deck. So, man, this deck is good. Hopefully you guys... Hopefully you guys can use this deck here to take on them Arceuses. 2 Cranidos lines, right, for Rampardos. 1 damage for 100 energy. This guy is a beast. And then we got your Lucarios, right, obviously, which give you an extra 20 health for all your fighting types. So they're all going to do... Look, Rampardos is actually going to do 150, right, to one-shot Palkia or any of them good guys. Marshadow is already going to hit for 100 if you bring him out after something dies, so he's going to hit for 120. Sudowoodo's hitting for 50. You had Lucario, he's hitting for 70. This stuff is crazy, guys. So, you know, definitely consider making this deck right here. It's very good, and tournaments are seeing it played a lot. We're probably going to make a video on that deck tomorrow morning. With that being said, Trainer J is out of here. I hope you guys have a great day. Hopefully I can get a good video for you guys. I've been a little busy at work and with the fam, and I'll see you on the next one. Trainer J is out of there.